This is an update of what's going on with DJ Envy. He may go to jail if he's not careful. The judge says, show me those documents by January the 8th or I'm putting you in jail. So guys, don't forget, as you come onto the page, hit the like bell. Thank you. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already.
According to Legal Affairs and Trials with Megan Cuniff, bankruptcy judge orders the Breakfast Club's DJ Envy to hand over documents or face arrest. A judge has threatened DJ Envy of the syndicated hip-hop radio show The Breakfast Club with arrest if he doesn't comply with a subpoena in a bankruptcy involving accused fraudster Cesar Humberto Pena.
So why wouldn't DJ Envy turn over documents willingly? Willingly is the key here, because maybe, just maybe, if he turns it over, he's going to be implicated also. If he didn't have anything to hide, the judge wouldn't have to threaten him with a subpoena. So one day ago, a judge orders DJ Envy to hand over documents or face arrest. So he faces arrest if he doesn't disclose documents to the bankruptcy trustee in charge of his former business partner, Cesar Pena, and his companies. So Cesar was arrested. He's out on bail now because he posted bail, but he was arrested along with his wife for allegedly running a $100 million real estate Ponzi scheme. DJ Envy used to promote Pena's business on the radio show, and both men shared the stage at multiple seminars. And so, because of all of what's going on right now with this alleged scamming and scheming, it has really smeared DJ Envy's name worldwide. People don't trust him anymore. So according to the bankruptcy judge, DJ Envy has until January 8th to produce the documents requested by the court-appointed trustee of Pena's Warehouse LLC in the bankruptcy case, which Pena filed 11 months ago. So according to the Daily Beast, Envy, whose name is Rashawn Casey, already missed the November 28th deadline to produce the documents that the court asked him to produce. So now the judge set a new court date for next month, January, and attached sanctions to that new court date. And attached sanctions if he does not comply, including arrest, should Envy miss the next court date deadline to submit the requested paperwork and communication. So Envy is on a slippery slope. He is messing with jail time. He's got a family. I don't think he wants to go to jail for Pena. So he better produce those documents by January 8th. Envy has vehemently denied all accusations. He has even filed a lawsuit against Tony Robinson, aka Tony the Closer, for defamation for implying that Envy was in on this corruption. So here's some more information from Legal Affairs.
Bankruptcy judge orders the Breakfast Club's DJ Envy to hand over documents or face arrest. DJ Envy used his show to promote a real estate investment venture with Cesar Pena, who is facing a federal wire fraud criminal charge in addition to videos for their real estate investment seminars. A judge has threatened DJ Envy of the syndicated hip-hop radio show The Breakfast Club with arrest if he doesn't comply with a subpoena in a bankruptcy involving accused fraudster Cesar Humberto Pena. Legal name Rashawn Casey. Envy has until January 8th to produce all documents requested by a court-appointed trustee overseeing Pena's company, Warehouse LLCs. If he doesn't, he could be arrested and taken to bankruptcy court in New Jersey for a mandatory deposition and possibly face other sanctions. The order Wednesday from U.S. bankruptcy judge Rosemary Gambardella in Newark, New Jersey grants a motion from the trustee's attorneys that said Envy missed his November 28th deadline to a November 9th subpoena that seeks communications and documents related to Warehouse as well as the company behind an apartment complex Pena owns. Judge Gambardella's new order also applies to Pena and his wife, Jennifer Iturralde Pena, who were served with subpoenas when meeting with the trustee on November 10th. All have until January 8th to comply. If they don't, Judge Gambardella said she may hold a hearing to address appropriate sanctions against Cesar Pena, Jennifer Iturralde Pena and Rashawn Casey for contempt of this court's order, including, but not limited to, an order for arrest to bring the parties to the United States bankruptcy. Ordered as follows. C. Pica Jennifer Terrell Pira and Rossahome card to proto-copies of all documents rasted on Schedules A, B, Mill C of the subpoena in Herb Affair January 1st, 2024. True and correct copies of the Napuenas are annexed at Exhibit A. The order comes at an already precarious time for the trio, who were involved in a real estate venture federal prosecutors allege was a criminal scheme that defrauded investors out of millions of dollars. Pena, 45, was arrested on October 18th and is out of jail awaiting trial. Envy, 46, has not been charged with a crime, and he's tried to distance himself from Pena through his own defamation lawsuit against a YouTube commentator who discusses the scandal in public statements from a defense lawyer who insists Envy is a victim, not a criminal. But Envy recently switched lawyers, replacing Massimo D'Angelo of the pricey white shoe law firm Blank Rome LLP in New York City with Dan Marchese of the lesser-known Williams, Graffio and Stern, LLC, in Morristown, NJ, who could not be reached for comment on Wednesday. Envy also has been hit with a new federal lawsuit from two men who say Envy's involvement and claimed $100 million real estate portfolio with Pena were instrumental in their decision to invest in Pena's companies. Envy already was a defendant in several other state court lawsuits over the investment plan, and he's facing a revived lawsuit over his German Shepherd allegedly biting a woman's hip at his former mansion in Kennelin, NJ. Plaintiff's attorney Alexander Schachtel, who's pursuing several lawsuits against Envy and the Penas, told Legal Affairs and Trials on Wednesday he has significant evidence that implicates DJ Envy in Pena's financial scheme and shows he profited from it. Schachtel provided dozens of photo and video promotions of the real estate seminars, including several in which Envy is alone while encouraging hopeful investors to sign up. What should I do? I got some money. What should I do? I always say, real estate, and this is the perfect time. Money is cheap, Envy says. We also have bank statements which show that the two had multiple joint bank accounts earning at least $330,000 through 2021 from their joint seminars alone, Schachtel told Legal Affairs and Trials. We anticipate that when we get complete bank records via discovery there will be much more evidence in that department. Envy's association with Pena has earned broad news coverage since Pena's arrest. At the same time, Envy is regularly on air across the United States through The Breakfast Club, hip-hop culture's popular morning radio show based in New York City but syndicated nationally. Envy has co-hosted the show since 2010 with Charlamagne tha God. They were inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame in 2020. In 2018, Envy began hosting real estate seminars with Pena, who nicknamed himself Flipping NJ. He and Pena bought property in New Jersey together, and Envy used the social media platforms he built through the Breakfast Club to promote their investment enterprise while gaining millions of followers. Hopeful investors paid $100 to $200 to attend seminars in New Jersey, New York and other states such as Florida and Nevada that Pena and Envy touted as educational but the recent federal lawsuit alleges were used as funnels to draw in victims for the defendant's scam. Advertising for the seminars was done heavily on the radio through the 105.1 New York broadcast station and particularly on DJ Envy's show, The Breakfast Club, as well as through billboards and other radio stations. According to the lawsuit, filed December 8th in the District of New Jersey. Meanwhile, Pena's federal criminal case charges him with a single count of wire fraud through complaint, not a grand jury indictment, though an indictment with many more charges likely is coming. He's out of jail on a GPS monitor and $1 million bond that he secured through property he owns in Franklin Lakes, NJ. The home was once owned by Real Housewives of New Jersey couple Joe and Melissa Gorga. Pena spoke about his situation live for 24 minutes on Instagram 6 days after his arrest, saying, "It is what it is. If I owe, I owe. All of this falls on me. I'm a man and it falls on my shoulders. Nobody else," Pena said. "I have nothing against the government. The government is doing their case. I understand it." Pena's Franklin Lakes address is listed as the Principal Place of Business Warehouse LLC, which was forced into bankruptcy on August 22 by 8 people who say they invested between $100,000 and $1.65 million in warehouse but never saw any money in return. Judge Gambardella appointed a trustee to take over the company at the request of the investor's attorney, Sean Mack, who said in an August 22 memo that Pena used the company to operate a real estate Ponzi scheme and was able to induce many investors with the fame he achieved based on DJ Envy's promotion of his real estate deals. Mack also said Pena and his wife have been strategically using voluntary bankruptcy filings to interfere with state court judicial proceedings relating to their real estate investments, including a bankruptcy petition for Warehouse Real Estate Investments LLC that's connected to an imminent foreclosure on a $1.5 million mortgage encumbering a Patterson property. Jennifer Pena also filed another petition for Taylor Court Apartments LLC, which controls a 50-unit apartment complex in Patterson, about 15 miles north of Newark. Creditors had been trying to get the LLC's bank accounts frozen through a court order, but the bankruptcy filing halted their effort because their lawsuit was put on hold. The Penas or entities controlled by them are defendants in at least 18 other lawsuits in New Jersey. Based on the publicly filed lawsuits, phone calls I have received, and documents provided to me from other alleged victims, it appears that more than 45 other people are owed over $40 million from their investments with the Penas and their entities, according to an August 22 declaration from Mack. Acknowledging the unusual nature of an involuntary bankruptcy petition, Brian W. Hoffmeister, an attorney representing Pena's company, argued in September that the petition should be dismissed based on bad faith. Hoffmeister, a solo practitioner in Lawrenceville, NJ, called the attempts to collect alleged money owed by Pena truly reprehensible, and said text messages and emails established that the petition filing was one driven by ill will, the desire to harass and perhaps even rage and revenge. He said they represent one worst of society and in some extreme examples. Hoffmeister, a solo practitioner in Lawrenceville, NJ, called the attempts to collect alleged money owed by Pena truly reprehensible, and said text messages and emails established that the petition filing was one driven by ill will, the desire to harass and perhaps even rage and revenge. He said the communications truly represent the worst of society and in some extreme examples potentially criminal activity, including but not limited to extortion, RICO violations and terroristic threats on top of unconscionable collection practices. While there are any number of reasons why the court should dismiss this case, the failure to do so will embroil this court further in elements that have potentially criminal liability and will not yield the results the PC's petitioning creditors are after in any event, Hoffmeister wrote. Hoffmeister included as exhibits copies of dozens of text messages apparently sent to the Penas. One said, "When you go back inside, I want you to always remember that I'm the one who put you there," referring to Cesar Pena's previous federal incarceration for a 2004 credit card fraud. Other text messages threatened Pena's life as well as the lives of his wife and daughter. Most detailed complaints about missing money. One included a screenshot of an email from an investigator with the New Jersey Department of Banking and Insurance and began, You and your husband better send me my money today or this going viral on my platform. Some of the messages a lawyer for Cesar Pinas LLC included as exhibits with his motion to dismiss the involuntary bankruptcy petition. Some of the screenshots show replies from Pina, including one on July 20th that reflects a mentality that permeates so many financial investment schemes. Bro, I am gonna make it right. I'm not going anywhere. It's just need a little bit more time, like 2 more weeks, I'm good. Another said, do what you have to do. My only responsibility is to come through and make everything right with everybody I have to pay. Everybody is gonna get their funds. I'm not scared of you. Social media, the media, anything. Everybody is gonna get paid. The more people attack, the longer it will take. Bro, I am gonna make it right. I'm not going anywhere. It's just need a little bit more time, like 2 more weeks, I'm good. You especially, you're the smallest, you're first in line. My wife has nothing to do with anything. I promise to communicate more with you. One line Hoffmeister apparently thought somehow supported his argument that the texts were over the top and warranted the dismissal of the bankruptcy petition was, the list to testify against you criminally and civilly is a mile long. In addition to citing the texts, Hoffmeister also argued that New Jersey law precludes the petitioners from collecting interest on their investments, which their lawyer pointed out does not dispute the underlying debt or the allegations of fraud. Warehouse did not dispute that it has been operating a real estate-based Ponzi-like scheme. It did not dispute that each of the petitioners invested with it the money set forth in the joint venture agreements attached to each of their declarations, and it did not dispute that it failed to pay each of the petitioners the profits that the joint venture agreement it prepared for each of them said they would be paid, according to Mac's reply. Mac said it is very telling that the Pinas have 18 lawsuits pending against them in state court, but the only actions they've hired lawyers for are actions that involve possible court takeover of their companies. The only bad faith in this case is that of the Pinas who have sought to play games with this court's jurisdiction to gain advantages in state court litigations, according to the September 29th filing, which notes that the texts Hoffmeister included do not reflect the complete online back and forth of the Pinas taunting their victims and their losses. And the only real exchange disclosed in those exhibits is one response in which, after being told the feds are coming, the Pinas responded by taunting the victim and admitting to their crimes, saying, 3 meals a day fed time is easy, I'll come out rich and you will still be broke, wrote Mac, a partner at Pashman Stein Walder Hayden, PC in Hackensack, NJ. He included a September 13th state court judgment against Pina that orders him to pay nearly $1 million in a debt lawsuit in which he never defended himself. Hoffmeister's efforts weren't enough to persuade Judge Gambardella that the 8 people who say they're owed money are after Pina's companies for the wrong reasons. She rejected the dismissal motion in October and appointed Mark Politan as the trustee in charge of Warehouse LLC. She also appointed Politan as trustee for Taylor Court Apartments LLC and Warehouse Real Estate Investments, LLC. The companies Jennifer Pina petitioned into bankruptcy in what the creditor's lawyer says were bad faith filings. Trustee Politan is to manage the company's finances and search for ways to recoup money that was spent on things unrelated to company business and could be used to pay creditors. He has the power to sell assets and to try to force recipients of wrongly spent company money to return the money through bankruptcy filings known as adversary proceedings. Part of this process involves reviewing financial documents associated with the companies that could be in the hands of Pina and Envy, which is why Politan served them with subpoenas. The subpoenas seek a long list of documents and communications related to Pina's companies in the recent bankruptcies, including all bank statements between January 1, 2019 and September 30, 2023, all federal and state tax returns between 2018 and 2021, an accounting of all payments, monies or funds, receipts. The subpoenas seek a long list of documents and communications related to penis companies in the recent bankruptcies, including all bank statements between January 1st, 2019 and September 30th, 2023, all federal and state tax returns between 2018 and 2021, an accounting of all payments, monies or funds received in copies of QuickBooks or other accounting software, with passwords and names of outside accounting firms. Politan's December 4th motion to compel includes each subpoenas as an exhibit. The motion says Envy was served with his on November 9th, while the Piñas were given their subpoenas on November 10th while meeting with Hoffmeister and the trustees' lawyers, Sari B. Placona and Anthony Sedano, 3 of McManaman, Scotland and Bowman, LLC. Jennifer and Cesar advised they would start to gather the requested documents and send them to me. I have yet to receive any responsive documents, Placona wrote. After the meeting, I followed up several times via email with Jennifer as to the status of the documents. No responses were and/or have been received to the subpoenas to date. The motion also says the Piñas haven't provided insurance for Firehouse LLC as required, nor have they provided a list of any and all addresses of each property titled in the debtor's name and whether insurance is in place for each real property. Judge Gambardella's order on Wednesday tells them to do so by the close of business on Friday. It also leaves open the possibility that Envy and the Piñas will be subjected to questioning under oath. The trustee reserves the right to compel Cesar Piña, Jennifer Iturralde Piña and Rashawn Casey into this court to conduct Rule 2004 examinations, if necessary, according the order, referring to a bankruptcy procedure that allows a person to be deposed if no adversary action has been filed against them.
That was just some information, the current information about DJ Envy, as well as Cesar Piña and his wife. If you like this video, you can hit the like bell and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet. That was my AI assistant reading the documents. Don't forget to hit that bell before you leave and subscribe if you haven't done so as yet. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.